What is up, God Gamers? In today's video, I'm going to do a quick guide on all the most common openers in TFT Set 9. This is just designed to give you guys a jump start. If you didn't get a chance to play the PvE, or you just feel a little bit unsure about the early game, I got you. And if you guys don't know me, I'm a multi-set challenger player, and, I have some big aspirations this set, and, not to toot my own horn, but I'm one of the best early game players on the North American server. It's just what it is. That's just how I play, guys. All right. This guide is really just designed for, I want to take you through what are the most common openers and just give you a brief framework to work from. Now, if you guys don't play a lot of TFT, if you have played a lot of TFT, you will know this. The game is so incredibly nuanced around your augments, around like what drops you get in the early game and that sort of thing. I just want to show you who is the carry of some of the most common openers for all the one cost and where the tank items go. That is my main goal, and just show you some items that work pretty well on these units. So, okay, first up we have Shurima opener. So this is going to be a Cassio carry, and as you can see, I have like Blue Buff JG here. That's going to be a good opening items, but just any AP items, Shiv, whatever, all those things are going to be good. In this build, tank items will go on either Renekton or Cho'Gath. That's why I don't have anything on there denoting which one is a tank. Both of them are very tanky. This is just going to be the most common opener for you. And then after your level 4, you can add Invoker. Your best bet is usually going to be adding a Lysandra, because Lysandra is just really, really, really good. It's one of the few forms of CC in the early game, and that if you add a Lysandra to your current build, you'll have a Lysandra who gives you CC, and Talia gives you CC, which getting CC this early on in the game is extremely rare. And is very, very, very valuable. So that is very good here. Additionally, you can add Teemo to your board for multicaster, and you can do some other things there. It makes you double up on healing reduction, but who cares? Multicaster's very, very, very good. Next up, we have, this is going to be Noxus Challenger Opener. I really, really like this one because, but you do have to get a lot of drops, right? You need a lot of 2 costs, and this is if you get Darius dropped. I really like this opener because just the synergies are just really nice. 3 Noxus, 2 Challenger, 2 Juggernaut. Juggernaut's one of my favorite front lines in the game. I really like it early and mid game especially. I love Juggernaut, one of my favorite traits here. So cool. The carry items are going to go on Samira. So Rageblade, Deathblade, IE, Last Whisper, items like that. Tank items are usually going to go on your Warwick. Warwick is very, very tanky, and if you end up having an angle to carry your Darius, you don't want to have to end up, if you stay with Noxus, you don't want to have to remake your Darius later if you put the tank items on him. Although he can be pretty tanky, Warwick is just going to be the best bet here to put your items on there. And then, so after this, you can add whatever you'd like. You can add a Zon to buff Warwick with the Zon then up to being nice. You can add a strategist like Teemo, gives you healing reduction, gives your guys some shields. You can add a sorcerer like Taric. Taric is super, super, super good, and that can give you some comp flexibility for the mid game once you have Taric, because he is a 3 trait unit. And I just put Bramble on all of the people I'm denoting as the tank just because it's the first tank item in alphabetical order. Please don't read too much into that. All right, next up we have Ionia opener, and this, I really like this one. This is my favorite opener if I'm playing AD. And Jhin is going to be our carry here. And just look at our traits here. 3 Ionia, 2 Challenger, 2 Juggernaut. And this is another one where you have a lot of CC very early on into the game. Set has CC and Warwick has CC. In this comp, you're going to put the tank items on Set because he is Ionia, and we're going to get his Ionia buff. If you get a 2-star Aurelia, just put it on Aurelia. She can be the tank. Or if you get a 2-star Warwick, it really doesn't matter, but your best bet is going to be on either one of these 2, your tank items. And you do not need Deadeye. Deadeye is completely unnecessary for Jhin to carry. But Ashe is a very good unit, so your next in is most likely going to be Ashe. But, you can peek the Zon and see if the Zon is super good for your Warwick. If you get a Zon unit, you can try that out. Because a lot of these early game units really don't need their synergy. Like, Gunner is nice, but Jinx doesn't have to have it. And Deadeye is super nice, but Jhin doesn't need to have it at all. All right, next up we have Demacia opener. This is one of my least favorite openers. It's just they've nerfed the shit out of it on PvE because it was the most broken opener, and people would just take this into Fast 9. But here we have 3 Demacia, 2 Invoker, and you can run Slayer here instead of Invoker, but I just think it makes your power curve a little bit smoother, and I think Slayer is a little bit unnecessary in the early game. Because you're going to get this Radiant item, it's going to be nice. So our carry is going to be Kale. Rageblade JG is going to be your best bet here, but like Rageblade, Shiv, whatever. Just AP carry items are going to be great on your Kale, but attack speed items are going to be your best bet for sure. Tank items are going to go on your Galio. They can also go on this little girl over here if you'd like. because we are going to be running Bastion in a second. So if you 2-star your Poppy, put the tank items there, but Galio is going to be your best bet for the mid game for sure. And next up, we just add in Taric. We add in Taric, and that gives us Targon. And Targon is amazing because Targon's going to work really well for our Soraka, work really well for our Taric, and our Galio there. It's going to be very, very, very nice. And especially if you're going to be rolling, a lot of times you roll like Gunblade and BT and stuff like that on your Demacia items, so that can feel very nice as well there. All right, next up, this is the easiest opener in the game. If you get dropped a Rek'Sai or you get dropped a Vel'Koz, this is the easiest opener in the game because you just play 3 Void. So if you get dropped a Vel'Koz, you just play Vel'Koz plus this dude over here, and then whatever frontline you want to run, whether that be Bruiser or Bastion, depending on whether if you get Bastion opener or if you get Bruiser. But if you get dropped a Rek'Sai, this is going to be definitely the easiest version if you get dropped a Rek'Sai, because you just play Rek'Sai and Cho'Gath. Rek'Sai can be a DPS. Rek'Sai is very strong early and mid game, so these are some items you'd like to run on Rek'Sai, like BT Titans, that sort of thing. Frontline AD carry items. Cho'Gath is going to be your best bet for tank items. You can totally tank Rek'Sai if that just seems like the play. You can totally do that, but if you have AD carry items, they go here. And then the carry items will go on to Malzahar. Malzahar is a pretty decent early game carry for sure. But again, if you hit a Vel'Koz, you can carry Vel'Koz instead. And then run Orianna if you don't hit the Vel'Koz, of course. I like Orianna a lot. Easiest early game to play out. This one for sure. Okay, next up we have Piltover opener, and this is if you get dropped a Jace or an Echo. Then you're going to be playing like this, and you have AP items. So if you get dropped an Echo, you can totally put the AP items on Echo. I've ran that opener several times, but this is going to be one of your more common ones. And if you get dropped Echo and Jace, Jace is the preferable one. Jace is just slightly a better unit. Coolio. So we're running Piltover. This one you have the T-Hex, and then we're going to have AP items here. And you want to run AP items like flat AP. You don't really want to run crit. If you have to run crit, that's fine. She can deal some decent damage, but flat AP items are going to work better because she has a shield, and shield will scale off of her flat AP. So the shield that she summons for her team, and then the damage also scales off flat AP. So she's a little bit better with flat AP rather than crit. Tank items are going to go on your Vi here, but if you have a 2-star Renekton, go ahead and put them there, and you'll be good to go. Next up is, this is a Gunnar Zon opener. Gunnar Zon Juggernaut opener. And so you can run Tristana with like a Bastion opener and then try to play around Yordles and that sort of thing. I'm just not a big Yordle believer, and I would honestly be talking out of turn if I said that I've played your Yordle opener, because I have not. When I played a Gunnar opener, I played something that looks kind of like this. And we have 2 Zon, 2 Gunnar, 2 Juggernaut. Tank items are going to go on either one of these dudes. It's probably going to be better on Warwick, especially if you have a Zon that works really well for a frontline. It's probably going to go on the Warwick there. And then if you have a 2-star Tristana, the carry items go here. And then later on into the game, we'll move the items over to Jinx. Once we hit a Jace and we hit our 2-star Jinx, we'll move it over. But if you hit a lot of Jinx's early game, or the Zon is really good for Jinx, just go ahead and put it on the Jinx one, and you'll probably be good to go. But yeah, we're going to want to transition to running that Jace, and maybe do kind of like a Piltover setup can be good for us as well. All right, next up we have Rogue Shadow Owls opener. So it's Rogue, Shadow Owls, and Bastion. This is going to be if you hit the early Diego, hit an early Diego 2. These are going to be some good items on him, some crit and some healing. It's going to be nice. Tank items are going to go on your Shadow Isle tank. But again, if you hit Poppy 2, go ahead and put him there. You're going to sell her anyways for a Taric or whatever. And then Zed is going to be the most common rogue you're going to hit here, so you can play Zed. A good frontline to transition out of for mid game is you transition out of these items on this dude and then put them on Katarina, and you run a Juggernaut, because then Juggernaut, you can run the Ionia Juggernaut, you can run the Noxian Juggernaut, which is Darius, and you can run like a Juggernaut frontline with rogues, like either 4 rogues or 4 jugs. With Katarina, Zed carry is what you typically transition to. So these items are Cat's items, and you just transition to her if you'd like to kind of stick in that rogue tree as you go throughout the game. And then is this the last one? Did I open up another one for no reason? Did I hit all the 1 costs? That is all the 1 costs. So I just wanted to show all the 1 costs in this game to show you guys. Again, you can totally play around 2 costs. You can play around 3 cost openers. I just wanted to show you the most common openers, where to put your items in those openers, and just kind of how to transition it a little bit in some of these builds. So anyways, that's pretty much it, guys. If you found this video helpful, then hey, and you want to support me, come follow me on Twitch. Please follow me on Twitch. You can subscribe here on YouTube, all that good stuff, but you don't have to. Just come follow me on Twitch. I stream all the time, and I'd like to have more people there. I love streaming. It's very fun. Anyways, all right, I'm done begging. I appreciate you guys. I love you all, and I love TFT.